prove how good we're getting at calling these highlights, we're going to call a highlight cold. The producers have pulled some clips from the Olympics, and we...
Hi there. Oh, Peggy, you're muted.
I'm going to need to share my screen when it's my turn, and I'm at work, so it should work this time.
Ryan,
Hey.
we have the ability for the panelists to share screen, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, thank you. All right, we should be good, Peggy.
How's everyone doing? Good?
Great.
We were hoping to have this in person, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. One of these days.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. The last time I was doing Zoom from home for a meeting, my audio wasn't working, so I was fingers crossed that everything works fine.
That sounds good. We'll wait a couple minutes, let everyone go.
So we'll need one more commissioner, right, for quorum? And we're there.
There it is.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm gonna share the agenda. Is the agenda on?
It is.
Okay, great.
Good evening, everyone. This is the Civic Improvement Commission meeting, Thursday, August 5th, 7:30 p.m. The special meeting will be conducted via telecommunication and is compliant with the provisions of the Brown Act, the government's executive order N2920. Yeah, call to order and roll call.
Commissioner Hoffman,
Here.
Commissioner Brocker, Commissioner Dooley. I think you're muted, but I see you. Commissioner Yoshikawa,
Here.
Commissioner Fields,
Here.
and Chairperson Kaufman.
Here.
Thank you.
Hopefully everyone's reviewed the minutes from the regular meeting from June 10th, 2021. By the way, this is a special meeting. I get a motion to approve the minute.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from June 10th, 2021.
Great, anyone second?
Second.
I'm sorry, who seconded? I don't see everybody. Was that Mary Ann?
It was Jennifer.
Oh, Jennifer. Okay, thank you.
Is my speaker not working well?
It is now. I can hear you now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Great, minutes have been approved. Communications,
None received?
what about oral requests?
None received.
We'll move on then to reports from representatives.
Good evening, Commission. Jennifer Weeks from Santa Clara County Library District. I will share my screen. It's nice to see you all this evening. All right. Okay, sorry, I'm advancing there too quickly. All right, so I know Peggy has some updates for you on Campbell locally. So I'm here tonight to tell you a little bit what's happening at a district level. And certainly we are continuing our services online and expanding our scholastic offerings. I'm sure for many of you with any children in your lives, you're familiar with that brand. We're very excited to continue to offer really robust, exciting resources for children for all ages. So we've added actually additional 4 different kinds of databases and online experiences for grade school age children. Additionally, teachables for parents and educators. So lots of really fun ways to interact with great information. We've also launched our Storytime online page. So during COVID, of course, we made the pivot to virtual programming, but one of the goals of the system actually for the last few years has been to provide online content for families and children on a permanent basis. So we've launched our Storytime online site. We have story times during the summer that are refreshed weekly in English, Spanish, and Mandarin. And then we also have a library of snippets, which are songs, rhymes, finger plays, and lots of fun ways, again, to share with your little ones or really to learn and maybe do on your own. There's additional early learning resources. We've got every different kind of ebook and really some great learning tips for parents with Ready Rosie. So I encourage you to check out that new site. Our events are continuing virtually. So here's just a look at things that we have upcoming, everything from virtual yoga to ESL clubs. So we'll continue our summer programming through August virtually. And for those of you who like to read the local news, we are now offering full online access to the MERC from inside the library on our public computers or on our Wi-Fi, but you can also get remote access through an authentication with your library card. So really excited to be able to offer our newspaper for free here in our community. And lastly, I wanted to just share this bright and joyful piece. So this is a teen volunteer at the Saratoga Library who designed this mural and painted it on our teen room glass. So it is Alice in Wonderland. And she spent 3 days doing that. We actually have a time lapse video on our website about this really exciting happening at Saratoga Library. So we're always excited to showcase some of our young talent in the community. So please stop by that library and check that out. I am more than happy to answer any questions or turn it over to Peggy for local news.
Thank you, Jennifer. Two questions for you. Number one, in terms of the San Jose Mercury News periodicals, where do we locate those?
So from within our newspaper online library link, and actually I can have Peggy send that out to you all so you can get it directly.
That would be great. And that mural, by the way, is amazing.
It's amazing.
The talent expands, right? It's really amazing.
And actually, I had a question on that, Bill, where you finished. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Did you have any? Okay. I had a question on the mural. How did you guys, or do you know how they, what the outreach was for the artist and how she was chosen, or was she commissioned, or?
So they actually work with a youth, so they have a youth commission at Saratoga Library. And so they work with the teen librarian there. And additionally, we have in Saratoga Library, there's actually some community members that work to promote our art wall there. And so we have different exhibitions at that library at different times.
Very cool. And is that mural temporary or permanent?
It is temporary in that I've been told you can wash it off, but we will be having it up for, and I'm not exactly sure for how long. I think we said about a month, because gosh, that's going to be hard to erase, but
Yeah,
after 3 days of work. But yes, it will be up for a bit.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments for Jennifer? Thank you, Jennifer. Wonderful. Peggy, you are up.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen, hopefully. Hopefully you can see it.
Yes.
All right. So we're in our new building and we're all settled in. I'm really happy that some of the commissioners were able to come last week, and Carol came today. And so you got to see the space and have a feel for what it's really like. To give you an idea of our busyness and what's going on there, our checkouts for June and July, how many borrowers we had, and just our website use, I thought was really interesting how many people are using the website for Campbell residents. And then our gate count. And that's about 300 to 325 people a day in that little building. So I thought we're doing pretty good. People are learning about us. Just a reminder about the library's hours. We do have very extended hours in our new location that we're very excited about. We're open 10 to 9 Monday through Thursday, Friday and Saturday 10 to 6, and we're closed on Sunday. Just kind of an update on what's happening with the rest of, you're probably wondering what happened to all the books in Harrison where I'm sitting right now. They're getting ready to be boxed up in a couple of weeks, and they'll be stored for the 3 years that we're in the temporary location, and they'll be ready for us when we open in the new building. Our public computer, I was really surprised how many times it's used. We only have one computer, but it was used 92 times in June and 94 times in July, and we had about 225 sessions. I think that's a lot of use for that little computer. Of course, people can come in and print if they need things printed, and that's how it's used a lot. The Friends of the Library are also going to hold a book sale at the new location. They're going to be in front of the Express Library on September 11th. That sale will be from 10 to 1. And again, thank you to the commissioners who were able to come out and visit and hear about our services. I did want to let you know there's one thing I'm really excited about that I just got the invoice for, which is the Campbell newspapers are now all digitized, and at the end of this month they're going to be coming online. People can keyword search them by date, and that's going to be a really great. People used to have to come in and use microfilm rolls to look up the old newspapers, and now they'll be able to do that online. It's just going to be a wonderful service for people who want to research and see their parents and their kids and all that kind of stuff in the news that's been in the Campbell Reporter and the local papers. And so I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you, Peggy.
Excuse me. I'm sorry, Peggy, would you mind sending me a copy of that via email so I can put it, attach it to the minutes as record?
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
I was going to say, Peggy, having taken the tour can represent you're doing an excellent job. making.
Yeah, I think people are pretty, excited about the new library. They're finding stuff that they want there. They can get anything that they want there, and it's been a nice space, and it's going to save a lot of money for the new building, which we're also really happy about.
3 years.
3 years. Any questions for me or any?
I had a question, Peggy, on the book sale. Are you guys taking do you take specific donations for that, or is it just like, is the library accepting donations now, or how does that work? And
Right now, the Friends can't accept any donations because they're just full to the gills
Yeah.
with things to sell. But there should be an update about that soon.
Okay, great, thank you.
Any other questions or things I can help with?
Any other questions or comments for Peggy? None. Thank you, Peggy. Appreciate it. We'll move on to reports from staff. Margarita.
Good evening, commissioners. Nice to see you all virtually, and to piggyback on Peggy's report. I was able to join the tour on Friday, and I was really impressed with how that space was transformed. I know it was just a couple of the double doors that were added, but it was incredible. I feel like what they did with the space, having seen it before and seeing what it looks like now, is really cool, and I think it's going to serve as a really great temporary site. So pretty happy that you guys are able to have a nice interim facility. And for one of the takeaways for me was to help the library spread the word about their new location, because the campus is big, and there's a lot of different buildings and wings. So the easiest way to let people know where it's at is that it's right across from OCBH, Orchard City Banquet Hall. It's right across from there, and it's a small building, but very organized and clean and efficient. And I was very pleased to see it. So thank you for the tour, Peggy. Just a couple of announcements. As you know, you probably heard from the news that there's a local health order regarding indoor masking. So that's also set us back in terms of our reopening plan. So the city council and city hall remains closed to the public. The meetings are still virtual. We do know that the governor's order is up until September 30th. That will allow us to continue to meet virtually. So I anticipate the September meeting will also be virtual. Then after that, we'll get more guidance depending on what the environment is like at the time. So expect to be virtual in September as well. But it was nice to see some of you in person on Friday. It made it all that more kind of a surreal and cool, like to see some of you in person. Also in September 14th, 2021, we're having a special election. The state of California is having a special election it's on the recall question. So just a reminder that it's a mailed-in election. Ballot drop boxes are available at City Hall, the Community Center, Westmont High School. So locally, those are where some of your drop-off locations are. Also related to the pandemic, there's a extension to the statewide eviction and foreclosure protections up until September 30th as well. So if you're looking for additional resources, the state of California has a website, housing.ca.gov, that has a lot of information about renter and foreclosure protections during the pandemic. Measure O, as you've heard here, the library renovation, the bond measure that's claimed for library renovations in a new police facility. They will be the city will be recruiting for an oversight board to monitor expenses related to the spending of the bond money. It's anticipated that the recruitment will be posted next month, and it's open to all Campbell residents. And I believe it's going to be a commission of oversight board of 5. So look out for that if you're interested in the Measure O oversight board. The planning division has launched virtual counter appointments, which is a really nice service to add to our portfolio of services here in the city. You can now log on to our website at the campbellca.gov. There's a quick link to schedule a 20-minute appointment, and the planners, you can discuss whatever permit or planning needs you may have. And it's all so kind of like virtual, such as what we're utilizing here to be using virtual technology. But it is a new service that was just launched last month, and we're pleased to provide it. Carrie will discuss more next month at the Heritage Museum and the Historical Museum, and Ainsley House is back to holding some programs, including the tours at the Ainsley House, which are open Friday through Sundays, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And there will also be a live music series that will be launched. So I don't have dates on that, but look out for also more expanded programming at the museum. And then lastly, we can do this more during a good of the order, but we have today's the final meeting for one of our commissioners, Commissioner Hoffman. So just wanted to use this time to personally say thank you. I had the pleasure of working with her as when she was chair of the commission, and I was brand new to the commission as liaison, and was incredibly helpful in onboarding me, and also serving as I've always told them you're a quasi supervisor in this sense, because you really provided a lot of knowledge and guidance during a kind of scary time for me where I didn't know what I was getting into. So thank you. And it was I hope once we're open, I usually see you around the community. So hopefully I will see you around more once we are open again and we have more community events. So I just want to say thank you. All right, so that's my commission report. Any questions?
Thank you. And I want to echo those sentiments, Margarita, for Commissioner Hoffman. I think she served as a great example, a mentor for many of us. We've all learned a great deal from her, and will be sorely missed.
I'm not going anywhere. I mean, I'll still be in Campbell. But you guys are great commissioners, so the commission's in wonderful hands. It's been a pleasure for these many years, for sure.
Well, thank you for welcoming me, and you've done so much on this, and looking forward to what's next too.
And I actually got to meet you live right before. 2020. The only person I haven't met live is Jennifer. So
yeah. And I'll echo everything, Carol. Sorry, Commissioner Hoffman. Thank you for everything. Big shoes to fill.
Yes.
You guys got this. No worries.
All right.
Okay, why don't we move on to new business?
So then the first item is Capture Campbell Timing and Subcommittee assignment. So Commissioner Yoshikawa had asked to discuss this in terms of the timing and of the 2021 contest and subcommittee support.
Yeah, so I think it might behoove us to wait until the new commissioner. When does that happen?
The interview should be happening in 2 weeks, September. You should have the new commissioners join you in September.
Okay, so 1 more month. So my suggestion would be that we wait until the new commissioners come on board, and then see if we can't, redistribute some subcommittee or see what their interests are and where they might want to help out on the subcommittees and whatnot. So that's what I would suggest. Keep it on the agenda for September meeting if that's possible, and we can take it from there.
Chair, does that work for you?
That works for me, and I think that's an excellent suggestion. Okay. Need a motion for that or anything?
I don't think so. Do we?
No, we don't know it because we're not taking action, just moving it to the next month. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks.
All right.
Neighborhood Association assistance grants.
We don't have any update on that. We haven't met. Yeah, we don't have any update, so we can go ahead, Margaret.
Item. Yeah, I think we skipped an item, the Explore Art Projects update.
Oh, I had that third on.
Explore arts projects. Yeah. I think, we, I don't know if Commissioner Dooley and Commissioner Hoffman were able to see your colleagues on the commission present to the city council at the July 20th meeting, but they were able to present and got some really good feedback. And since then, they also regrouped on 2 days ago, Tuesday, to discuss that feedback. And just since I know I had some things that I was going to check in on with the city manager, I do have some quick updates. Commissioner Fields, go ahead and fundraise. Good luck. On the grades, the city's website should be able to take credit card payments. So
For donations?
yeah, for donations. Yeah, I just learned that that's like a new feature that we offer now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that way we don't have to use the rally.org account.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, we haven't had that in the past. That's a big win. Thank you.
Yeah, so important to kind of know, we don't have to go through rally.org. That's a nice middleman that we eliminated, middle step. Regarding the panels, the solidarity project panels, the approach, the mayor had expressed interest in viewing the panels before they were displayed. The subcommittee had a goal of wanting to display them by the 21st to align with Boogie, the Boogie downtown event, and that can still happen. I think the recommended action is to take to city council an information memorandum, or we would tell them, this is the goal of the panels, and these are the ones that we've selected, and that would be our way of sharing this information with council. So it's not necessarily going to another meeting the way you just went to a meeting a few weeks ago. It would just be sharing the selected panels. So the action I do need from the commission is choosing the panels. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And then the sidewalk chalk art, the subcommittee and the commission was to develop actually Commissioner Yoshikawa has some updates in terms of timeline, but for my piece related to that is that at Boogie, the chamber expressed an interest in asking the commission, knowing that there would be this future sidewalk art contest, having the commission host a fun sidewalk chalk event at Boogie. There's along Central Avenue between Campbell and Civic Center Drive, just that short street kind of right next to the side entrance of the coffee shop with Orchard Valley Coffee and the spa. It's right that short strip of street. And there's going to be family friendly activities there, such as face painting. And now the commission will be hosting the sidewalk chalk art. We can do it because there will be storm capture devices that Public Works is setting up. So in terms of putting runoff onto the drain, that's going to be addressed appropriately. And the cost of the sidewalk chalk is actually minimal. So the city will be able to cover that. But I think that the Commissioner Yoshikawa wanted to talk a little bit more about the contest logistics and as well as staffing, asking for volunteers for the event.
Yeah, so we kind of had the sidewalk art, as Margarita mentioned, kind of in two parts. So the first was, having it as part of Boogie Remix Festival, and so she's taking care of that. We're going to put up sandwich boards at the event, letting them know about the resident sidewalk art contest that would take place in October. Actually, the date we chose was October 3rd. So I hope you guys are all around or, available to check it out and walk the neighborhoods and see where there's some art and spread the word. So yeah, we're going to put up kind of sandwich board saying, attention all Campbell residents. There's a sidewalk art competition happening on October 3rd. And then, put some details around it and where to go for more information. One of the reasons why we decided to not do the actual contest at the festival was that, we really want to focus on the residents. And if we're going to fundraise or ask for donations and whatnot for prizes, then we wanted it to go to Campbell residents. And it's just a tighter thing with all the people and, festivities going on. So we're going to do it just as a separate event. We would like to ask for volunteers to volunteer on the Saturday, the 21st, which is day one of Boogie Remix. We are only going to shoot for one day we had planned to just do one day because we didn't know how much actual sidewalk space there would be if kids are coloring all over and whatnot. And it would just, logistically, it's easier as well. So if there's anyone who could volunteer, we haven't determined the hours that we will be out there. Actually, Margarita, did you hear back on the hours of the family activities? Is it the whole time?
Yes, 10
to 10 to 6. Yeah. Okay, so it's 10 to 6. So yeah, we were hoping that we could get volunteers from this commission to kind of be there to help distribute chalk, maybe answer questions about the competition that's going to take place, and just kind of oversee that area, so to speak. So if there's anybody who'd be willing to volunteer for maybe 2 hours, and we could split it up, or whatever time you think is feasible for you.
I'll send out a Google spreadsheet so that you can populate your time and your time. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe break it up into 2 hours if possible, like 2-hour shifts.
Yeah. Sure.
And we
Yeah.
had discussed using like a kind of the only one-time use, and once they use the chalk, they can put it into like the the used basket, and we'll have gloves available if you want to distribute them using gloves, and you can keep your mask on, even though it'll be outdoors, but you can keep your mask on.
Yeah, we will provide gloves for the volunteers and a couple pump bottles of hand sanitizer, or they may be squeeze bottles, but whatever they are, some hand sanitizer too. And we'll have a bucket for used chalk. And it's not that I don't think we'll ban anyone from using it or prevent them from using it, but then it's a choice. You can use a brand new piece or, rummage through, depending on your comfort level. So does anybody have any questions or comments, suggestions, feedback? Okay. Then, we'll just look for that email from Margarita and I don't know if you guys are able to volunteer, but if you could, that would be great. And then
I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in for a shift. I'll be there.
Awesome.
Bring a friend, bring a neighbor, bring a spouse, bring a partner.
Yeah, exactly. Feel free. That'd be great. And then for the contest, we also need some help kind of pounding the pavement to get donations. I imagine it would be easiest to get donations for a cash prize, but we're open. We haven't kind of finalized any of the details on the prizes, but whether we want cash, gift certificates, I don't know. If it's cash, it tends to be a little bit easier to make it fair. So it's not subjective of like, you get a picture frame and you get a skateboard, and so if you guys have suggestions, we're open to that, but we would like to also ask for any help in garnering donations or donations and prize money from local businesses or residents or anyone who's interested. Also, if you know of any artists locally that might want to judge, we are going to invite the city council members to become part of the judging panel. We don't know how many will be interested in doing that, but we are going to offer that out. And then we'd also like to have some local artists maybe take a look and be judges for the competition piece of it.
Marianne, you may consider asking other commissioners from other commissions
Yeah.
to be judges.
Sure.
Something, that's a good way to get the community spirit of the
Yeah. Okay.
You have a lot of commissioners, and people know if they like something. That's
Sure.
that's my first thought. And then What do you think about prizes? Do you think you're trying to raise $500? Do you think you're trying to raise more than that?
I think 500 would be a good a good ballpark. Yeah, I mean, it's not, it's not something, it's not super, it's nothing exorbitant. It's just a little bit of cash and, a ribbon to pin on your chest and hopefully get posted on the Campbell website, right? It's bragging rights. It might even be fun to put like a little, like a lawn sign, right? So maybe we put a lawn sign that says like first place or, honorable mention or something like that. But again, we'd have to get, some of that donated or figure out how much that's going to cost. So we might have to roll in the cost for that as well. Carol, I'm sure you have some ideas on good lawn sign contests.
Oh, that's just funny.
No, but in reality, you're well connected, and you're a great resource. So,
well, I'll be happy to help any way I can. You said you may want to contact the Campbell Express.
yeah,
So let them know you're doing that, so they'll send out a photographer or see if Sheldon will do it.
yes,
You're doing something, and the best part about all this is whatever noise you're going to get out of it, good chatter, and help bring you to whatever your next big project is if you're trying to do murals and things.
mm-hmm.
So this is a great stepping stone for that because it's an inexpensive way to kind of enter.
Yeah.
If you need to know who to contact, let me know.
Okay, great. Yeah, we will definitely be putting together our outreach plan and communication plan, so we can run that by the commission. We can have Margarita send it out. Actually, we had talked about that. We'll send out a flyer that you guys can also forward to friends or post to your local neighborhood or next door, etc. Did I miss anything, you guys? Anything else on that?
We
Okay,
covered
great.
it.
Thank you.
One comment I had and question for the overall commission and Margarita is not sure what might be appropriate in terms of loose advertising for some of the other projects that we have going on
Oh,
at our events, like a coming soon type flyer or
Oh,
mural.
no, we could do that.
I
Yeah.
think we should also just put that on the website, right? Like now that we've gone to the city council and kind of have a little bit more firm plan in place, I think, we should definitely put all these things up on the website, say like coming soon and, at the Boogie on the Bayou, we have this and the sidewalk art and, looking for mural locations and, all of that, right? So I don't know, Margarita, yeah, okay.
What I can do is I can create kind of just like template pages, and then if you help me populate with content, like that would be, I can know the basic details of the projects and things like that, but if you want to snazz it up with like nice images or anything like that, then just point me in the right direction so I can upload them, and happy to do that. So I'll start doing that. I can do that tomorrow. I can create the pages. Yeah.
That would be great. Thank you.
Then I can also make color copies.
Oh, thank you.
Flyers.
Oh, and one last thing on the panels at the museum. If anybody has any friends or family members that are contractors and have any scrap wood, like 2x4s and things because we need to build stands. So if you guys know anybody who has scrap lumber that they'd be willing to donate, to give to us, it's actually Carrie Perkins' husband is going to be building the stands. So we don't really know what we need exactly or what he wants, but we're hoping to just kind of get reuse and recycle stuff. So if we can reuse scrap wood, then that would be great. So if you know of anyone, please maybe put them in touch with me or trade contact information, something like that.
Maybe Margarita can send that out. I'm thinking Chris Brocker might have access to some on his farm. So put it out just send an email out to the commissioners too.
Yeah, and if it's like reclaimed lumber, we could even return it, like we could use it as a stand and then, when we pull them down, we can return them, you know, take the nails out or not, whatever he wants and return it to him if he wants to hold on to it.
Yeah, I don't know what he has. He's not here tonight, but I think you should ask him.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
And Margarita,
Yes.
maybe detail what is needed, and I will certainly reach out.
I'm sorry, I
Some of
didn't
my
hear that.
clients. Detail what is needed in terms of materials,
Okay.
wood, and then I will certainly reach out to some of my contractors. Because I have a few
Thanks.
others.
Yeah, I'll touch base with Carrie tomorrow and see if I can't just send her some dimensions that she can get to her husband and see if he has an idea of what he might, you know, want. So. Okay. Thanks.
Anything else on Explore Art projects? Notice I completely skipped Good at the Game.
Just one clarifying question on the murals. I know we confirmed it was tax deductible, but maybe we could connect on like whatever precedent or like what the what we're saying makes it tax deductible. So I just get that right in the letter would be helpful.
Mhm. We could even just quote the code, even, you know, say like section this or per, you know.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever makes it the right thing to do, I want to do that.
Whatever makes it not illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I can pull that up. We have a letter, like a donation letter, where we say why we're tax deductible and how.
Great. Yeah. Perfect.
Okay.
Great.
Perfect. Why don't we move on to Good at the Game? Anybody has on that?
Do we need to, sorry, is it okay if we're out of order on those things and we just switch them, the two topics, or do we have to go back through, reiterate anything with the Capture Campbell? Is it fine to just swap them?
So Capture Campbell, we said we're continuing to next month, right?
Yeah, I think it was just wasn't the agenda swapped or something. It's fine if you guys.
Well, Explore Art projects it's under subcommittee reports.
Okay. I just want to make sure we're to the letter.
Thank you. Okay. Were we at Good at the Game?
Yes.
So Commissioner Hoffman, any words of wisdom or?
Well, I'm sorry that our Campbell Cares didn't pick a direction yet before I left, but I'm sure that the new commissioners will, because we've got a couple spots to fill, so they'll find a way to get a good direction on that. But you know, your Explore Art is starting to get some really good traction, and I did see you at the City Council meeting, which was great. I'm glad that we got the visibility there, but you guys have this. You've got this. I've had a wonderful time on the commission for the past, I don't know, 7 or 8 years. I'm not sure how long it's been. Had a lot of different commissioners. This was the first year with such a high turnover. Mary Ann and I were the kind of the only ones from the past 4 years. So we've, you know, there's a lot of good things to do. COVID is slowing us down a little bit. Not able to do some things, but make sure you stay safe when you're out there with your masks. I wish I could help on the 21st. I'm unfortunately not available. I would be there to help you if I was. But, you know, let me know when you have things and you need volunteers, because I'm going to continue to volunteer as well. But thank you guys so much, and the kind words are appreciated. And it's been a pleasure working with everybody. But we'll see each other. I'm out and about. So thank you again.
So Carol, I want to especially thank you on behalf of the city for your commitment and service to not only the Civic Improvement Commission, but also to our community. Your steady hand, grace, and guidance as a commissioner was very much appreciated. I know how hard you worked to get donations for Art Outside the Box, and you participated in all of the, for Campbell Cares. And so people, I don't know if people really realize how hard you have worked throughout, I think it's been 8 years that you've been a commissioner. And so we really do appreciate your service. It's been a lot of hard work and it has not gone unnoticed.
Mhm.
So thank you.
Second.
Thank you. That's very kind. Thank you.
And it's such an honor to serve with our Citizen of the Year.
Mhm.
Oh, yes.
Thanks, Marianne.
We'll get full-throated support and endorsement for any future endeavors.
Yeah.
1, 2, pursue. Thank you.
All right, yeah.
Why don't we move to subcommittee reports? I know we covered stuff.
Commissioner Kaufman, I'm having trouble hearing you. I don't know if anyone else is.
You hear
Yeah,
me? I'm
okay.
sorry. Why don't we move to subcommittee reports?
Thank you.
So Campbell Cares, I just heard Commissioner Hoffman say, you know, that the Campbell Cares subcommittee didn't pick a direction, and it triggered my mind that I recently learned that one of those council members is perhaps interested in suicide prevention, mental health issues, because I've been asked to kind of look into some of the county efforts, and so there may be a good partnership with a council initiative. It sounds like maybe there will be a council initiative or a council priority around mental health and suicide prevention. So this might be a really good fit for Campbell Cares. So I think it's all still in, you know, early development, but it's a good fit in terms of within the next month we'll know more information, and then also as we get the at least as we get a new commissioner in two new commissioners, because we're still replacing commissioner the seat vacated by Commissioner Chase, and then Commissioner Ishikawa has applied for reappointment. So as we get the new commissioners, then we can talk more about maybe perhaps like a specific project for Campbell Cares.
And that was the original charter, was mental health, suicide prevention. We have a lot of information. So if whatever direction you decide to go, let me know. I can pass back that information that we had.
Yeah, because that was part of the reason why I was looped into the conversation, because I was asked to provide historical information what the CIC has done. So I really had to like dig into what the programming was and all that. So that's how I was able to learn about your work. And I thought it was good because I did know that the commission was still, the subcommittee was looking for a little bit of direction. So that sounded exciting to me. So I think Commissioner Dooley is now the senior member of the of the subcommittee. So I will be in touch as soon as I hear what the desired direction will be, or potential project or discussion.
Yeah, and I wanted to just kind of mention to everyone with that that subcommittee, yeah, whatever you guys decide, or Commissioner Dooley and whoever may join you, whatever you decide, we'll support, obviously. But there's so much COVID fatigue and Zoom fatigue, and everyone is just over everything at this point. So actually, one thing I've heard is that there's a lot of therapist fatigue. Just like the nurses and the doc, the all of our healthcare system is very stressed. So that maybe there's something there too, that we can have a component of something nice for for the therapists and the healthcare workers. Just throwing it out there.
Being in an arm of healthcare myself, I agree.
Yeah. Great. Thank you.
Anything else on Campbell Cares? Kind of cover neighborhood association.
Sorry, I couldn't unmute myself in time. Going back to Campbell Cares, being the sole commissioner for that subcommission at this time, subcommittee, and not having a whole lot of experience with this particular issue. We through the course of the time that I've been on it, obviously we only had a couple of meetings and then we lost one and now we're losing another. So any input or support that anybody's willing to lend, I have no problem, you know, starting community events or anything of that nature, or even, you know, campaigns of any kind, but just to kind of know the history and the mission and that kind of stuff, I'm not sure I'm 100%, you know, clear on. And also the, I don't know if it's COVID fatigue or if it's just Zoom fatigue or if it's just, I don't even know, but the amount of work that has come down the pike for me since I've been on this commission has been insane. And so it's been really rough. And so I have to say, you know, unfortunately, I shared this with Commissioner Hoffman when we were on this subcommittee together, that I was overextending myself in many different areas, and that commission subcommittee for me was something I wasn't even sure if I could keep doing, to be perfectly honest. So I'm just putting that out there, and I will, you know, commit to that and bring the new people on and try to come up with some, you know, feasible ideas. And I love the mental health. I mean, mental health is where I work, so that's the field that I'm in, and it's been obviously very overtaxed for the last year and a half, and so it's been a lot of pressure. But again, I have a lot of resources in that area, so we can definitely take that road. We were looking at some things around young people that COVID was affecting, you know, with young people and some other things, but and even old people with trying to do Zoom, and you know, we're looking at so many different things. But I really like the mental health piece. I like the suicide prevention, and kind of keeping with that, you know, for the long haul might be a good thing. So my 2 cents.
Yep. Thank you.
Commissioner Dooley, completely understand. And I think everyone feels like overextended at times, especially during COVID. Do not want you overwhelmed. Sounds like we will be getting some help from a new commissioner, and I think that it will be a good idea. Margarita, Carol, to get those past materials, make sure that it's smooth and heavy lifting.
Okay.
Okay, why don't we talk about Explore Art? Not sure, Davis, do you have anything to add?
I don't think anything that we haven't said already. Sign up to volunteer at Boogie.
Anything else? Well, we thanked Commissioner Hoffman, but I don't know that we can thank her enough. Your service, you are amazing. Will be sorely missed on the commission, not necessarily in Campbell. I can't wait to see. With that is 8:22. I will adjourn the meeting. Thank you.
All right. Nice. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Can't wait to see you around the neighborhood.
Yes, Carol. Yeah.
Yes.
Take
Yes,
care.
Carol.
Thank you,
Best
Carol.
of luck to
You
you.
will be missed.
Yeah.
I'll miss you guys too. We'll see each other. We'll cross paths.
Yep.
And
All right. We'll see you guys next month.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay,
Bye,
bye.
Bye,
everybody.
guys. Good night.
Bye-bye.